Good morning, mathematicians. We are going to start in our orange student journal. It's this one with the porcupine on it and the cactus. So we're going to get this workbook and get started. We're going to page 16, and we're going to talk about structured and non-structured arrangements. So page 16, let's get started. Look at this card. I can see 4 squares around the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle. So I know there are 5 squares. Figure out the number of shapes on the cards below without counting each one. So our goal is to not count each one, but just to look and know how many we have. So let's look at the purple one, these purple squares. Well, I see right here I have a group of 3, and I see here I have another group of 3. So I know that 3 plus 3 equals 6. So there are 6 squares here. I'm going to label that. And I can see on these hexagons, 6 sides, there's a group of 3 here and another group of 3. So that also is 6. Even though the shapes are different and the design is different, I can still count to 6 quickly. So let's look at number 1A. We're still on page 16. Number 1A says figure out the number of shapes without counting each one and write the numeral. So let's look at A. Well, I can see really quickly that this is 4. I don't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I know what 4 looks like and I can see it fast. You do the same thing up here on page 17 with 2A. Write the number of shapes without counting each one. Well, I see a group of 2 here, a group of 4 here, and a group of 2 here. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to practice skip counting today. There we go. Same thing down here with the step ahead. Give it a try. Same thing, you're going to count them without counting each one. So you can see here, this is a group of 2. And these are kind of jumbled, but I bet you can do it. Now we're on 1.6. We're talking about teen numbers. So you can see the Miss Edens put all of our teen numbers here, and I labeled them with the number. So 10 is just 10. But then we have 11 over here. It looks different. 12. And then we have the teen numbers. 13. 14. 15. They all sound the same at the end. 16. 17. 18, 19. So a teen number all has the word teen at the end. And you'll notice that like 14 starts with the word form 4 and you add teen. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So it says, we're on page 18, circle a group of 10 chickens on the board. So let's see, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to draw a little line here and make a group of 10 chickens. So I have 10 here. And here's my question. How could you use the group of 10 to figure out the total? Well, I know this is 10, so I can start with 10 and count on. 10, 11, 12, 13. So how many total chickens do I have? 13. Now let's use this information to go to 1A. We're on A. It says loop a group of 10, write the number of 10s and 1s. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to draw a circle around 10 of these triangles. I'm trying to make groups of 10 here. So how many groups of 10 could I make out of these triangles? Just 1. So I'm going to write 1 10 here. And how many do I have left over? How many 1s? Single triangles. Just 1. So this picture represents 11. 1 10, 1 1 is 11. You're going to do the same thing with the rest of these. Let's look at 2A. It says circle a group of 10 fingers, then write the number of 10s and 1s. Well, we only have 10 fingers, so that's easy. So we've got a group of 10 here. You see it's 10 because all 10 fingers are up. So how many groups of 10 did I have here? I only have 1 because this is not a full hand over here. So I have 10 and here's 5. One hand is 5, so I can start with 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 1s. And this represents the number 17. Let's take a look at the step ahead. It says each box holds 10 crayons. Draw more crayons beside the box to match each amount. Okay, so I have a group of 10 here, and I'm trying to make the number 16. So I'm going to start with 10 and count on until I get to 16. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm going to stop there. I drew 6 more crayons. So I know that 10 plus 6 equals 16. Okay, and I want you to try the other step ahead. Now we're on page 20. We're doing 1.7, representing teen numbers, page 20. So it says, how many dots are in this frame and how do you know? Well, this frame looks very familiar. It's called a 10 frame. So when you see this picture, it's called a 10 frame because when it's full, it has 10 dots. It represents the number 10. And I can count individually to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know that there's 10 here. How could I use this frame and counters to show 10, 12, or 15? Well, if I know that I start with 10, then I'm going to count on until I get to 12. So 10 plus 1, 2 equals 12. 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 15. And 10 plus, let's count. Let's add 8. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I know that 10 plus 8 equals 18. Okay, we're still on page 20. It says, look at this picture and write the numbers that you see. So I have a 10 frame. Remember, when this is all full, it's 10. So, oh, and look, this is organized nice and neat. So I know that this strip is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's the same length as our 10 frame. So 10, 15, and 16. So how many 10 frames do we have here represented? We only have one, and we have how many individual ones? We have 6. So this 10 frame represents the number 16. We're on 1A. It says draw more green dots to match each number. You can use any color you want, but I just chose green because it's green here. So we need to show 14. Well, I know that this is already 10 because my 10 frame is full. So I'm going to be organized when I draw my dots. And let's count on until we reach 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I only needed to add 4 more dots to make 14. Okay, let's look over here at 2. You're going to do the same thing over here, but except the 10 frame is empty. Instead of A, I want to go to B. So we're on B. So I need to show 18. So I know I need to fill up my 10 frame first because that's going to start me off with 10, and then I can count on until I get to 18. So there's 10. Let's keep going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so this represents 18 because there's 18 dots here. And we filled up our 10 frame to make it easier. All right, now we're on page 22, writing teen numbers. So we are going to take a look at this picture and fill in this expander. How many 10s do I have? I don't need to count each one because I know that when I see this rod, it's a 10. So I have 1 10, and I have 1, 2, 3 1s. So the number that I'm representing with these base 10 blocks is 13. 1 10, 3 1s. Let's look at number 1A. It says, look at the block picture, write the matching number on the open and close expander. So open is when you see the words 10s, 1s, and close is when you put it all together. So A is green, so let's stick with the green section. How many 10s do I have? I only have 1, so I'm going to write 1 there. And how many 1s? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 1s. So I have 1 10 and 7 1s, which if I were to put all of that together would equal 17. So we represented the number 17. You're going to do the rest of those like that. Okay, so now we're looking at 2A. It says draw more blocks to show the number of tens and ones. So I have 1 10 and 6 ones. Let's see if it matches. I have 1 10. Oh, but that's not 6 ones. It's only 2. So I need to draw more until I get to 16. So we have 10, 11, 12. Let's keep going. 13, 14, 15, 16. So I added 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks to equal 16. So you're going to look at the picture and look at the number and add more until you reach the number. We're going to compare some numbers. So we have 15 and 13 here. What Miss Edens has done is labeled. So the first thing you always want to do is label. I'm going to put that here. Step 1 is to label. I always want to label. Step 2 is to draw the picture. And then step 3 is to compare. So we want to draw, label, draw, then compare. So we have 15 and 13. I've labeled it ones place, tens place for both of my numbers. I drew the picture, 1 10, 5 ones, 1 10, 3 ones, and now I'm going to compare. So we want to start in the ones place here. Now, which number is bigger, is larger, is greater? 5 or 3? Let's look at the picture. Which one has more? 5. So 5 is bigger, so I'm going to draw my alligator eating the bigger number. He's hungry and he wants to eat the bigger number. So I can say it like this. 15 is greater than 13. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. See here on page 24 that we're going to compare some numbers, and this is a balance like we learned about in science. So we have the 10 block and we have 6 1, so this is the number 16. And we have a 10 block and 1 1, so this is the number 11. Well, if you look at our balance, this side is down, so that means that this side is heavier. So that tells me that 16 is greater than 11. So let's look at number 1A. It says write the number of boxes on each truck and circle the truck that has the greater number. I'm going to underline that word greater. Okay, so A, we have 10 boxes plus 2, so there's 12. 10 boxes plus 3, 7 is 17. So which truck is bigger, has a greater number, 12 or 17? Let's look at the picture. 17 is greater, so I'm going to circle that truck. You're going to do the rest of those like that. Remember to look at the pictures. It's going to help you. Number 2, write a numeral that is more than and a number that is less than each number. So we have got 16 here. A number that is less than 16 could be 9. Anything less than 16. And a number that is more than 16 could be 17. That's more. So we're going to use your hundredths chart to help you with that. Write the amount of money in each wallet is on the step ahead. For each card, circle the wallet that holds a greater total value. So we've got a dime and 3 pennies, so that's 13 cents. A dime and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies, that's 15 cents. Oh, we just did this one. So which one is greater, 13 or 15? Okay, circle it. And you do B by yourself. Okay, look back at this to let it help you with our work this week.